you doing here, okay? We are straight. I did the Arrow review. I liked it. Okay? It is time for you to get off my back.
Not until after you are mine.
That sounded really gay.
So did everything I said in Dark Knight Rises.
Look, what could you possibly do to me? Your trilogy's over. You're going to get rebooted in 2016, and hopefully Chris Nolan's going to get deported.
Though, there is still another.
Come on, like Man of Steel can be anything like you.
Not that. Turn on to the ad page of that magazine you're reading.
What the hell? No! 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 Cue title scene. If you grew up in the 90s and the 2000s, chances are at some point you knew that there was a huge DC animated universe. You probably didn't know it in that term, but you knew of it. It started in the early 90s with Batman the Animated Series, followed by Superman the Animated Series, Static Shock, and Batman Beyond. They then grouped everything together into one big Justice League series that ran, including both it and a sequel series called Justice League Unlimited, ran for I think a good 7 seasons. Then everything fell apart faster. No jokes. Okay. Basically, while Justice League Unlimited was running, they premiered a show called Teen Titans. Teen Titans is a lesser-known DC property based around a concept of a lot of sidekicks and younger superheroes working together. It lasted a good 5 seasons, and I'm not saying it's what ruined the DC animated universe, but let's be honest, it kind of did play a part. The show was alright. It basically centered around Robin, the Dick Grayson Robin, a character called Cyborg, another one called Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire. 5 heroes. Even though the original Teen Titans comics, there were 7 with a changing roster. Basically, what this show did was it took superhero stuff and it mixed it in with a lot of the anime-style comedy, a lot of blown-up faces, over-exaggerated jokes, things like that. It was alright for what it was. But the thing is that it kind of confused people. I know personally, as a kid, I was wondering how it fit in with everything else, when in reality it didn't, so it kind of was just there. It existed, nothing more, nothing less. Then the DC animated universe fell apart. This has a lot to do with increasing budgets, lowering of profit, lack of toy production, Chris Nolan basically hijacking everything Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers just going on this long streak of disorganization that runs it today. Sad but true. And then about 2 years ago, they premiered a show called Young Justice. I didn't watch Young Justice, it just didn't pique my interest, but it was basically a more serious, realistic, and comic book accurate Teen Titans. It called its main villain, instead of calling it Slade in Teen Titans, he was properly called Deathstroke. Apparently censorship laws changed, or they found a loophole. And that show was doing very well, had Emmy nominations, just a very well done, put together show. That's been canceled. Now it's been replaced with the return of Teen Titans in chibi form. Teen Titans Go is arguably the most insulting, annoying television show I have ever seen. The thing is that if we want comic book fans to become mainstream, if the ultimate goal here is to make money through ratings and comic book sales, which is what it should be, this is not how you do it. Young Justice was doing amazing, but I get it. You can't really make toys out of something serious. You make toys out of silliness and campiness. Also, you want to attract 4-year-olds. That's what this show is for. The plot seems to be unintelligent and unrealistic. I'm not saying the original show was a complete seriousness, but this is just pure stupidity. Okay, these are characters with rich back histories going back decades. To see them turned into this pure stupid joke is nothing but an insult to everything that went into creating them. Also, the chibi form isn't even really that good. It's varying at best. Basically, what I can assume happened was you hired people to do this with no real experience. They just wound up making something that has about as much skill and writing talent in it as, say, a 2-year-old learning how to write the letter A. The show doesn't even get an A for effort. It's not trying. Look, this is a huge problem, and I've known this for years now. This is what happens when you do a serious, adult-based film like the Dark Knight trilogy. The thing is, Warner Brothers' more family-based superhero films like Green Lantern have all been floppers. The Dark Knight trilogy has done excellent. What does that tell Warner Brothers? That their adult stuff is working better than their children's stuff. It's just the way things are going. So that should tell them something. If they want to put all their resources into making these big-budget superhero serious adult action flicks, then why try hard to make a decent children's show? So because of this, they basically fire the Young Justice writers, get people on the cheap, and just make something that realistically speaking, only has the appeal of small children. While the older children, and even adults who find these shows interesting, are just left out in the cold. And this is what's going to keep happening. This new show, Beware the Batman, is going to come out this summer. Realistically speaking, it's looking like Green Lantern, the animated series, but chances are they'll cop out. It'll get silly, it'll get stupid, and why the hell is Katana there? The only good thing about this show is it makes Ultimate Spider-Man look better. True, Ultimate Spider-Man is silly, overdone, and just plain stupid. But the thing is, this show is worse. At least Ultimate Spider-Man has a straightforward plot, and its characters look like average people. This is just... you know what? Only one way to say it. 1 out of 10 on the superhero scale, 1 out of 10 on the cartoon scale, and 1 out of 10 out of the just trying to do something at scale. This show is terrible, awful. We can only hope it gets canceled soon, and that it doesn't hurt every possible comic book reader out there who's under the age of 6 and hopes to get involved in this. This is bad. This ruins it for everyone, and I can only hope one day, with the 2016 reboot, Warner Brothers is going to understand that this is not worth it. And hopefully, this new, dark, bad, and uncontrollable direction doesn't hurt Man of Steel or any possible Green Lantern sequels in the future.